Hi, Stampin' with Janice friends. Hey, I got it right. Woohoo! I've been practicing and working on making sure that I know what to say and how to say it the right way. All right, so today I decided that I was going to work with the Fern, the Forever Fern set. The DSP is on page 148. Let me see if I can find where the rest of the set is. 122, 124. No, that's in good taste. That's not the Fern set. So that wasn't it. 122, 124. I don't know. It is a big set in the catalog. Let me look it up on the back. Forever Fern. Page 110. I could just keep going through this book all day, every day, and hoping that I land on the right page. But now I have it. Okay, so I'm working today with the Forever Fern set. It has, in the set, it is one of the big suites that Stampin' Up! Has put together. And the way the suites are laid out in the catalog this year is that you can see everything that was designed to go with it. It puts a layout together showing you all the pieces. If you bought the whole suite collection, and which is an option to you, it would tells you everything that comes with it. And it gives you samples of 1, cards that are made, 2, the DSP. Right here it shows the color combination, so the cardstocks and inks that are used to create it. It also lists any of the extra embellishments that could come in the full collection. On the next page is, and of course it doesn't work for me, just the stamp set with a couple more samples. So I pulled that out. I decided I was going to make some card samples with that today. I pre-did the cards because I sit up at night and I think about what can I do. So I'll pull out a stamp set and I'll start playing. So the first thing that I did was I took my cardstock, I took my DSP, and I cut it down into card size pieces. All I did was took one sheet out of each one of the 12 by 12 and cut them into smaller card size sheets. I cut them 6 by 4.5, and I got, I would say 4 to 5 pieces out of each one, and used quite a few of them already. So on each side is a image, a design. One side is the plaid or the dots or the bold solid background. The other side has a lighter image and part of the stamped images that are in the set. So I pre-cut all that out, and then I took out, matching up with the set, all of the cards, inks that it says is used in the DSP, and I took those pieces of cardstock and I cut them down so that they are card ready. All right, so I did that. I'm going to set them aside. Then what I did was I took a couple of the pieces of the cardstock and I ran them through to cut out with the dies. I took 2 different colors. I took the light green, the dark green, well, 3 colors, and the off-white or very vanilla. And I ran these pieces through the die cut machine, and I got a bunch of little pieces to work with. And then I laid them all out with the different DSPs and came up with different designs of things that I could make with them. After I made a few cards, then I went back and I pulled the stamp sets out that coordinated with the dies and cut some of those pieces out. Let me see if I can find one. Is that one? Nope. Here's this one. I have a silly little girl in front of me who's dancing. Love my little girl. All right, so here is the eucalyptus. I stamped it in the garden green, cut it out with the eucalyptus with this shaped die, and it was a perfect cutout. I don't know, it makes me feel like a kid again when I'm had to pop out the dress up dolls, cardboard and cardstock. That's kind of how it makes me feel when I'm playing with this stuff. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, so I have some that I've stamped and some that I left plain. So I had a lot of fun doing that. All right, so the first thing I did was I took some of those pieces that I had already cut out. This is in the Shaded Spruce cardstock, which I pulled the ink pad out so that I would know what color the cardstock was. So I used the Shaded Spruce and then the Very Vanilla, and I laid it on top of a piece of the DSP. I used the one of the bands out of the banded detail set and cut out one of the bands out of the same cardstock and then layered it on top. Easy peasy card. I had fun playing with it, cutting out the different pieces and putting it together. The next one I did, so I took this banded piece and I cut it out of the cardstock. Well, once again, I thought I'm going to put that right in the middle so I can use that and decorate that and use that as a overlay for something. So I don't know if I'm crazy about this. I think I might have to trim my bushes back so you can see what's written underneath of it, but I stamped on the Very Vanilla first, used that outlined piece that is in the Shaded Spruce. I ran it through with the embossing folder that has a design image in it, and then I dimensional mounted it on top. I'm going to go back and I'm going to trim those pieces off, but I thought that was really cute. You can do it. Love and laughter forever after on the inside. All right, the next one, another playing around idea. These are some of the Very Vanilla that I had cut out. I took my sponge dauber, dinked it in the color, and then blotted some color on there so it would be a different shade of green of the vine that's still going up. And then I left some of them plain and used them as layers. So just a totally different look. Oh, this I really liked. All right, so I cut out the template label piece, some of the other little pieces that were part of the die cut set. In the background, you might not be able to see it, but when I was coloring these in, I laid it down and I blotted around it. So now I have a little bit of a silhouette under some of the branches that are layered on top with a clean Very Vanilla. So I thought that was a nice way to dress it up. That would look really good on the front of the card, but I decided this one I'm adding to the inside of the card. So that was real easy. All right, this one has a little bit of everything. Using the embossing folder, running it through the embossing machine, you take your cardstock and you put it in here, and then you make your sandwich for your embossing machine and you run it through and you get really great embossed impressions, as I hope you can see on here, really great embossed impressions. This is a half a sheet or a half a card, so I just cut off the piece that wasn't in the mold, in the shape. So I cut that off right there and left that open, so it brought that back out. And then I layered it with a piece of DSP. These eucalyptus, I remember eucalyptus having a little bit of a shade color in it, so I went to my retired ink and used the Indigo Island Indigo. I thought that was a really good color that would work well for this. So I stamped the eucalyptus and cut them out with the die cut, layered it all together using DSP, die cut, the embossing frame, and it made a perfect front to the card. And then I took one more piece that I had stamped and I glued it down and layered it for the inside of the card. All right, so this is these four are my samples of just playing, getting creative. I took a piece of, this is Granny Apple Green, and I ran the embossing folder through it. I ran it through twice. This way once and that way once, just to see what I could do with putting the embossed image in several different places. So I still have some creating to do with this, but I also have lots and lots of DSP to play with that I know that the ideas are going to come to me. So I just wanted to pop in today and say hi, how are ya? My local people that I had invited to my open craft night at my house, invitations were sent out in messages today, so look for your messages. I hope that you're having a great day. Once again, I'm Janice with Stampin' with Janice. If there's anything that I can do for you, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, let me know. I'll be happy to get a catalog into your hand. If you are local to Jacksonville, Florida and want to come stamp with me, that would be amazing. All right, so have a great day. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll be back with more samples another day. Thank you. Bye.